does not give the right answer to what I have just said. So please look into that. Now, you have not really answered this question in the way I expect. Like I said, these things, if you go to under entity concept, there must be separation. Like the president just said now that it is an automatic ticket for the welfare officer to be the chairman. I detest completely to that.
Before election.
Before this cooperative falls under investment banking. If you look at it very well, it falls under investment banking, and there are laws that guide such things. We have the company and allied matter decree law, but let's not go into that. So when you say that, now, like I did say, you cannot take that as an automatical ticket for you to become the president. No. Because why am I saying it? When it is time to report about the profit, when it is time to report about the dividend, if we are to go by the dividends per share, there will be clash of interest. Some of us may not understand this. There will be clash of interest. Like if we are to report about the profits and the auditors have given us their audit paper to review, there will be clash of interest. And anybody here can take it up.
You're calling my number.
There will be clash of interest with that. Thank you.
Please kindly guide us, because it appears that it's your area of specialization. Does the banking law says that a member of the executive of an association cannot be a member of the executive of the cooperative society? Yes or no, sir? The law doesn't say that. Thank you. You have answered my question. I hope you know where I'm going. So which means the welfare secretary, being a member of the executive, has not in any way violated the law. Am I right? Good. So, no, he is the one talking here. Sorry? Let me come to you.
Sorry, I have my own question on this issue. You see, many of us, we have been engaged in cooperative issue. At this junction, I think what we should be focusing on, the background is very clear for us. That is, there are two different entities. But in bringing in executive of the cooperative, we should base it on a measure. Whoever the house gave us as the executive of the cooperative should be. But my own suggestion is that at this take-up grant, all those people that were allowed to run at least for a year before the first stage. Then at the first stage, we can now make it open. But for the cost of our different zone, our distance, you want a representative from each of the zone. Then the zone can now elect and give us a representative. Based on that. That's my own suggestion.
Thank you, sir. You are a seer. You saw my mind, because that's where I was going. If the exco cannot nominate him to chair the cooperative committee, of course he can be elected. Sure. Isn't it? That is where I'm going. So he can be elected. And again, remember that being a member of the association does not make you an automatic member of the society, of the cooperative society. So let us get that clear. So because you are here now, it doesn't mean you are an automatic member of the cooperative society. He has said that you need to purchase a form, you need to fill the form. You know, those are the process that we have to follow through. And we need somebody to do what? To start it. Thank you.
answering the question.
Is it the same question?
It's still on this.
But it's okay. I think it's okay with the question.
It may be okay, but we need to stress. Excuse me, bro. What we are saying, or what the welfare secretary have given to us, is saying that it's an entity and which you are subjected, we should be, which is already what we are having. All we are saying is they have given us the structure of which this cooperative is operating on. In any case, when the cooperative will be existing, by virtue of our application to it to be a member, we will now have a ground to do the election as we are saying, and at the same time, in case of a future where you feel that the bylaw that is presented to you are not satisfied, it can still be amended during the ordinary general meeting or at the AGM of the cooperative. But being a member of Tico College or student association is not saying you are a member of the cooperative until you subject to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All of them, I think we are satisfied for now. We are just talking about taking off. So after the take off, then the whole process will be normalized. Thank you very much. Then your second question is about entry point. It must be different from the exit point. That is in the eye of the shares, right? In the eyes of the shares. Then that is with regard to shares. Now, that is understandable and subject to the Congress. Please, I think cooperative society is being run under cooperative laws of this state. It's going to be registered under the state. So we are going, for example, you are from the banking, you have banking background, and of course, yes, I appreciate it. But one thing is that, unlike in the banking industry, the interest on loans regard to cooperatives is not market driven. I hope you know that it's not market driven. It's set from the Ministry of Commerce. You cannot exceed it. If the Ministry of Commerce says it's 2.5%, you cannot go beyond that. You can't go up and say you are giving it at 3%. And as of today, I don't think there's any bank that is giving loan less than 30%. I stand to be correct. And cooperative is not allowed to even give 10% interest. That is my understanding as at today. I don't know if it will change tomorrow. Is that what? So if we say that, for example, and we say our shares, 1 naira is at 1 naira 200, 1,000 shares is given at 1,200. If we agree and the Congress, or maybe the executive agree on that, and then you buy like 100 shares, and you say you are giving. It is if we have not changed the value, my dear brother, that is how it is. What is going to increase the value of your shares?
Hold on, please. Let me answer you. Right.
Okay.
Let me answer you.
Okay, please raise your voice.
Now,
Bye.
What you under banking or under invested banking, there are two things to it. If apart from working out the sensitivity risk, put that aside. Now, if we make any additional income from the services we are rendering, for example, let me bring it down to as dividend. That will be profit after tax. You understand? We may agree that 40% of this profit goes out as dividend. 60% comes back, you replow it back to the business. Are you getting me? The moment you do that, the price of the share must increase.
Thank you very much, Honorable. You said under investment banking. Cooperatives is not the same thing as banking. Please, wait, let me explain this. Because let me say that I went to the Minister of Commerce and I sat down with them and we discussed extensively. Cooperatives is being regulated. They don't declare profits. They declare surpluses because it is not taxed. Please. So this is one major difference. Cooperative, multipurpose society, they are not taxed. So that's why you don't say profits. When you are doing your book, you see surplus. It is being reported as surplus because they don't pay tax. So when you are bringing your investment banking training into cooperatives, then it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem, please. So let us do cooperatives the way it is being done. Cooperative society was set up to help members. It's to help members, not seriously over profits. And that is why, as of today, in your banking industry, how much is your exchange what is it called, interest rate currently? What? 9.5. Are you sure? There is no single digit interest rate in Nigeria as of today.
You know, there is what you call, go to any newspaper, at the back of you will see MRR, minimum rate of return. It's either +1 or -1.
My brother, please, I think we shouldn't have a distraction here. You are talking about the nitty-gritty of operation of the society. And I'm sure that can be ironed out by the investment committee and all the committees. We're just trying to set it up now. My brother, so let us progress, please. We should leave that to the committee members to fine-tune. My NDP, you are not talking yet. You are just coming in. Shadi, I'm coming to you. Let me be Shadi.
Thank you, God. I think we are having a clash of ideas, especially talking about investment and cooperative. There are two different things. I think we should work more on the cooperative that we are beginning to set up. We have not started, so let's put our ideas. Every of our efforts now on cooperative because even our honorable esteemed member from Lagos just said we are having a clash of ideas whereby we are talking about investment in Lagos, and now the national body is also talking about investment in Lagos. So it's really contradicting each other. I remember when we first brought up this initiative in Lagos, we wanted to have a clash of ideas with the national hospital and have a very long talk, a very long discussion on this that we're not going to clash, that we are talking about different issues here. So let's base the national, what we are trying to set up on cooperative so that we not have a clash of ideas. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Now we have question 4. This is from Femi again. How to mitigate against losses? Now, whether we have thought about that. Okay. Like we said, this. No, yes, I'm picking the first one. Whether we have thought about that. Yes, we have done that. The second question is we should have common ground on the investment track being enacted in Lagos. Like what Shadi has just said, cooperatives, the primary objective of cooperatives is to help cooperators, the members first. Like I said earlier, it is not primarily about investments. As a matter of fact, if you go to the Ministry of Commerce and say you want to be investing, it's not like creating a church and saying your church is about trading. That's not the primary purpose of establishing a religious body. The primary, this is to help the cooperative members. But when you don't have idle funds, you start thinking about this money cannot just be there now. Let's use it for something else. And that is where the idea of investment comes in. It's not that now Lagos is into investment. Ilorin is into investment. For me, I think it's to help their zones. It's to help their zones. And as a zone, they can also be a member of the cooperative if they so desire. So I think there's no clash between this. For me, I think there's no clash. They are into investment, we are into cooperatives. And probably objectives are different. I hope I'll be able to address that. Please suggested that, okay, that is my zonal chairman suggested that we should merge the initiatives of the zones with that of the national. Like I said, I don't think they have the same, they don't have the same objective exactly. Then this one is one coming from Tayo Balokwe, whether there will be rules and regulations for zones, and will there be, what did you say, politics or thereabout. Even in your home, there is politics. But one thing I will say is that, of course, there will be rules and regulations. There is going to be bylaw. This cooperative society is going to be registered. You can't register something that doesn't have law. And every member will have the bylaw. And like what the judge secretary said, we are just taking off. Maybe at the end of the first year, we're going to, there may be amendments to the law, if need be. That is the situation as it is today. The last question is whether there is going to be any safeguard for people's investment. I think Federal can answer that question earlier, and that has been settled. Thank you very much.